welcome back. This is a general reading for all signs for November 18th to the 24th. Before we get into it, I would like to say happy full moon. We had the full moon in Taurus on November 15th. And before we get into this reading, I would like to talk a little bit about some of the things I did as full moon rituals. And if you want to just skip to the reading, I will leave a little time thingy somewhere here so you could just skip ahead. But before we get started, some people believe that full moons bring a lot of heavy emotions to the surface, or you might lose some sleep, you might have some traumas coming up, and some people believe that you kind of like come to the end of a cycle and that a lot of things like come to a completion during the full moon. A lot of people who believe in like spirituality and witchy things will put crystals outside to charge into the full moon, or water to have some moon water, or even their tarot deck. I didn't think of that, but why couldn't you put your tarot deck out there? I did some moon water. I always do some moon water now. I really enjoy doing that. And there's a couple ways you could do this. I've seen people get like a jar and they'll write like manifestations and things you want out of the full moon, or they'll write things that you want to release. So like the full moon is also a time of like releasing what no longer serves you. And I kind of personally, for me, I also see it as like a time to like step into like a new version of yourself sometimes. I know it's like every month, but some people totally believe in like monthly goals and monthly things that end. And I feel like every day we change, and every day a new part of us comes alive. And so with the full moon, it's really like embracing like newness, but also embracing like the ends of cycles. So some things I did for this full moon was, like I said, I charged my moon water. I saw online that somebody put their entire like watercraft out there instead of just like a cup. So I put my whole Brita container out there. So that's a cool thing in case someone wants to try that next time. Or just like a large amount of water, like it could be like a gallon or something. It could be a lot of water. What else did I do? I saw this online, so I wrote down things that I want to release from my mind, my body, and my soul. I wrote them down on a piece of paper and I burnt it. That was something I read and it felt really good. Kind of like releasing pain, releasing things that you don't want to carry, releasing things you don't want to hold on to anymore. And I remember that when I did this on the 16th, I think. So the full moon energy is normally like active for about 6 days, 3 days before the full moon and 3 days after. That's what I read. But obviously it's the strongest on the night of the full moon, and there's normally like a time of day where it's the strongest, but you can still take advantage of the full moon energies throughout those 6 days. Anyway, so after I had written down the things I wanted to release and burnt my paper, I noticed a few things. So like my paper was a lot harder to burn than I thought. I was a little nervous about burning a piece of paper in my room, but I had like a little like fire safe dish, so like that was okay. Clearly, if you're gonna burn something, do it safely, obviously. My paper, like, it was really hard to burn. It took me a lot longer than I expected, and so I kind of like took that as like it's hard to let go of the things that you want to release, especially if these are like painful things. Normally when we want to release things, they're painful. They're things that we feel have held us back. They're things that we feel like are no longer serving us, kind of like what I talked about when it comes to like completion and full moon cycles. And after I burnt it, I felt pain in my body, and it was deeper than anxiety. I have anxiety. I feel anxiety very frequently, but this was stronger than anxiety. This was like, I was shaking, and I was also like going to work, so I was a little like, oh my god, I feel like sick. I felt like sick. I felt like I had the flu. It ended up going away rather quickly, and I eventually had a great day, and it was good. And then the next day, still within the full moon energy, I also went to have my own little bonfire. And it was the same day. I did a little bonfire, and it's funny that I did like 2 fire things in one day, you know. But when I went to this fire, I like saw the full moon and she was beautiful and I was grateful to see her. And I also brought my journal and I ripped out all of my old journal entries and I burned them. Apologies if that is not the most environmentally safe thing to do, but people burn things at fires. Yeah, I burnt all my old journal entries, kind of like in process of like letting go of the past, things that no longer serve me. Why am I keeping my old journal entries? Those are some of the things I did. They were really refreshing and good, and I think it will help me move forward in life. I want to take this time to also say that I would love to do like a full moon video, kind of like tips and tricks, things to do, maybe answering some questions, but I realized I need to do like a lot more research on it, so stay tuned. Maybe by the next full moon I'll have like a cool video on that. I would love to do that for you guys. Okay, so thanks for listening. If you did, now we will get into our regularly scheduled programming and we will hop into this tarot video. Spirits, how have we been feeling? What has been going on during this full moon? Let's take a step back to the past. How have you been feeling? Okay, we have the Seven of Swords and the Star. I'm definitely feeling the Star 100% because, like, at least for me personally, like with the full moon and with all the energies I've been feeling, I have just been like, I'm wishing for what is meant for me. I'm begging the universe, I'm talking to the spirits, show me how good it can get. I wish for better days. I'm wishing to let go of my past. I'm wishing to let go of what no longer serves me. And I feel like with the full moon, how they say like it's a good time to let go, it's also a good time to like appreciate the full moon and talk to them. And you can also make wishes to the full moon, just like setting manifestations. So okay, I had to take a minute to like kind of look up more in depth what this card is. Also, I'm not going to be showing the cards anymore. I'm just going to be putting like a little picture up in the screen like I did for the last video. So this card does tend to mean like betrayal, deception, and like kind of like trickery. I did read a couple things about this card and I'm not really getting like someone's betraying you. We'll definitely look to the cards for some clarification. I read a couple of things about this card. So one is that you're trying to escape from a situation that's not working for you, and rather than dealing with it head on, you're trying to like avoid the solution. So that's like one thing I read. I also read that you may have to put yourself first in order to get what you want. Not necessarily like betraying other people. I wouldn't like go, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh yeah, you need to betray this person. But sometimes you need to put yourself first and it doesn't matter how another person feels about it. And then I also read, again, I don't know how I feel for sure about this, but like sometimes you need to do shortcuts to get what you want. But let's just get some quick clarification. Spirits, what more can you tell us about Seven of Swords? Okay, so we got the High Priestess, and with that, I'm getting like divine feminine, meditation, spiritual work is indicated. I'm getting seek your higher truth. I'm getting look within. So like I said, you may need to put yourself first. Maybe you've been kind of like beating around the bush in terms of like, what do I need to do? What do I need to do? What's going on? Maybe we'll come back to that, but for now, that's kind of what I'm getting for the past. It's kind of what we've been feeling this week. So we've been making wishes, and maybe we've been beating around the bush in terms of like what we need to do to fix the situation. Cool. How are we feeling presently, spirits? What do we have going on right now? What is going on right now, spirits? Cool. We'll go with that. So we have the Chariot, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Emperor. I feel like we get the Eight of Pentacles almost every reading, and I'm getting just like, for this, I'm getting like, you are doing the right thing. You're doing the work. Everything's okay. Keep going. Keep going. You're doing great. Give yourself a pat on the back. That's what I'm getting for the present right now. And then with the Chariot, that kind of goes hand in hand with patting yourself on the back. It's like, this is advancement, this is moving on, this is wishes coming true. similar to the star. And then the Emperor, I feel like a lot of people have like different opinions about this card. But what I'm gonna give right now is more of like, trust yourself, trust your gut, trust your intuition. You lead, you rule, you're doing fantastic. That's what I'm getting for right now. But let's ask the spirits. Spirits, do we have any clarification for the Emperor, the Eight of Pentacles, or the Chariot? So I said the Chariot and the Hermit came out. So the Hermit kind of indicates like doing inner work, looking within yourself so that you can shine a brighter light. And I'm getting like there's so many stars in this reading. So we have the star, we have the Chariot where he has like kind of like a banner above him. I'll show the card again, and he's got like a star crown. He's got what looks like to be like little crescent moons on his shoulder. So I'm getting like so much like wishes are coming true, and it's okay to do the work, kind of similar to like the High Priestess, like diving into that inner self, doing meditation. Side note, I meditated yesterday for the first time ever in my life, and it was great. I'm not gonna go on a 20-minute conversation about it, but you know, do some work. You're doing the work. This indicates you're doing the work. You know what you need to do, and it's kind of like with that Seven of Swords, like you may need to put yourself first, and you may have been trying to escape from something, like the work. Like you may have been like putting something off, is kind of what I'm getting. And the Hermit indicates like alone time, looking within. And we'll just put that here above the Chariot. Spirits, what do we have in store for the week? What do we have going on for the week? What's coming up this week? What do we have to look forward to? Okay, the Four of Pentacles. What do we have coming up this week? What do we have coming up for Pluto going into Aquarius tomorrow? I got the Hangman. And this one kind of just fell out, so I will just take this one. With the Hangman, immediately, since I just want to talk about that one first, stop waiting for conquering your dreams. Stop waiting. What are you waiting for? What are you doing? Now is the time. Just stop. Ace of Wands. We tend to get this card a lot also in the readings. This is just a new way of thinking, a new perspective. Personally for me, I'm resonating with this new way of thinking, and kind of just like, I think there's a lot of newness going about. I think there's a lot of like forced newness. And I think with talking about the Seven of Swords again, it's funny because that's the first card that came out, and it made me a little nervous, but now I'm like referencing it every card we get. It's like you're trying to escape from like what it is you needed to do, and like opportunities are just keep coming, newness keeps coming. Like those ideas that are coming in your head of like what your dreams are, they keep coming. They're not going away. That's why you keep needing to do the work, because shit is hitting the fan. Then we have the Four of Pentacles. And this is kind of like concern for your finances, holding on to something. I'm gonna get some clarification on that. I don't think this is something to be like concerned about. I'm kind of getting like a be smart with your money. Do the spirits agree? What's up with this Four of Pentacles card, guys? Oh, two cards came out. So we have the World and we have the Nine of Wands. So we asked for clarification for the, I'm gonna point and see if that works out. Four of Pentacles, and what came out is the World and the Nine of Wands. So what I'm getting, so the World is a completion card. This is like completing something. This is like kind of moving on, similar to the Chariot. Your world is about to change. And I think that took hard work. That took, in a lot of our past readings, we had a lot of like financial abundance cards. You're reaching your financial dreams, like a lot of that. I think that took a lot of discipline. I think it's like you're so close to conquering what you want. You're so close to, insert the star, your dreams coming true, that you're kind of like, oh shit, like I need to hang on to my finances. And the Nine of Wands is kind of like the card of exhaustion, but I'm also getting like the card of hard work. So I'm just getting a reminder that like you are definitely completing a cycle, but this is a gentle reminder to still like be disciplined with yourself, not to like, kind of like to hold yourself accountable when it comes to your finances. That's what I'm getting for that. Let me know if it resonates. Okay. Where do we need some extra love and support, spirits? Where do we need more love and support, spirits? The Ace of Cups came out. Anything else for more love and support? Okay, so yes, the spirits, where do we need more love and support this week? We have the Ace of Cups, and this is like overflowing with emotional abundance. This is like your cup is full. So what I'm getting is like, think about what you need to make your cup full. Think about what you need for emotional abundance. Think about what makes you happy. The other day I had someone ask me, what do you do for fun? And I just laughed because I couldn't answer the question. And so that like really forced me to insert hermit, look within myself, and it's kind of forcing me like to see that things need to change and that I need to do the things that make me happy, or I need to figure out what makes me happy, you know. And I think it's some of that too. You need to figure out what it is that brings you financial abundance. You need to get out there and try things. Insert the Hanged Man. What are you waiting for? Why are you hanging around? Like, what are you doing? I've had a lot of like these past few days, like, what have I been doing moments, and I've just been really like in a hole doing the work. Insert the Hermit and the Eight of Pentacles, and it's hard. Insert the Nine of Wands. It's exhausting. You know, it's really important to, when you're still like trying to do the work, it's really important to still like enjoy your life. We're gonna wrap it up soon, but can we have any guidance for how can we like enjoy our best life, spirits? What is it we need to do? How can we live up to our highest potential? How can we capture what is meant for us? How can we live up to our highest potential, spirits? After this, we're going to wrap it up because I'm about to get into it right now. So we have the Judgment card. I will insert that. And we have the Lovers. And I love this for the end of our reading, I'm not going to lie. Because, like I said, this is a wake-up call. I think, like, as we're like kind of entering the end of the year, we're having a full moon, Pluto's going into Aquarius, we have the world, we are just entering like so many places of completion while still entering so many places of newness. And like, that's the thing about when you complete something, is that something new is coming. And every reading we get these, like, we get the Ace of Wands, we get the Ace of Cups, we get the Ace of Swords, like almost every reading, because constantly there is newness. This is a great reminder. There is constant newness. There is constant completion. Maybe that'll be the title of this video. Everything is always changing. All the time. Everything is always happening. Nothing is stopping. Nothing will stop. No matter how much you want it to, no matter how Nine of Wands exhausted you are, no matter how tired you are, like, it's not going to stop. The ball keeps rolling. The earth keeps spinning. And so that's what the Judgment card is kind of saying. I think this is just like a wake-up call of like, everything is happening and you can't do anything about it. Not in like a bad way, you know, because something's always going to be happening. You can meditate, you can do the work, you can look within yourself. You can think you have it all figured out, and then something else will happen, and that's okay. That's the whole journey of life. And the last card that came out is the Lovers. Now, clearly not everyone watching this is in a relationship, but what I'm getting is like, connect with the people you love. Be vulnerable, be open, You don't need to tell these people like every single thought you have, but you can trust the people you love. You can trust them with your feelings, whether it be a family member, a friend, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a partner. Maybe you talk to your dog, or maybe it's your therapist. You can trust them, because the people that love you, they're gonna lift you up. They're gonna lift you up. The people that really love you, they're gonna lift you up. They're gonna support you. And it's not like it's not that they're gonna carry your burdens, because I don't think anyone should carry another person's burdens. But they're gonna remind you, and if not, I'm here to remind you that it's okay to feel things. It's okay to feel things. It's okay to feel heavy. It's okay to go through these cycles. It's okay to have dreams. It's okay to have hope. Because with every completion cycle, there's a new beginning. I hope I'm making sense. I am feeling like that's it. This is a really, really good reading. If I were to kind of go off like one note, I would say you're doing a great job. You're doing a great job. Everything's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be okay. Do those things that you're thinking about doing that are new and scary and hard. It's okay. Be smart with your money. Trust yourself. Rest. Rest. You don't need to always be fucking doing something. You don't. You just don't. Make a wish. Because the star is there. The full moon's happening. Stop hanging around and waiting for things to happen for you. Make them happen. Thank you so much for watching. I will be back next week, hopefully.